Welcome back, lazy gamers. Welcome back to ARA History Untold. This is Copernicus with the NAXT2 mod, and we are at turn 68 right now. We have a couple of choices in front of us, but before that, I want to give a couple of updates. Some things I did update off camera here. I rearranged how my gathering halls and my great hearths are rearranged. Basically, I moved up the stuff that I needed less of, I moved it higher up and made sure that I have at least two on hand. Same thing here with the oral knowledge tradition. Just because I know that I'm using hunter-gatherer tradition in both the cities. I am consuming this in the watchtower, making the fighting tradition. And the fighting tradition is right now slotted into the city Bazoo. I think in a few turns I will have the gold to buy the dwelling here, because I want to see what happens with my population here. Because I don't know how many people I have in the city anymore, because when it was stuck at this growth point, I had the event for a tribe joining, and I have no idea how that math is going to compute. Besides that, in Warsaw, I think Warsaw's queue is pretty much set. I think getting all the fishing nets up is going to be important. The reason why we are doing this fishing nets is because we have the fishery tradition online, which gives us, besides the food, it gives harvest production to the fishing nets. So really, once this bunch is complete, I probably will need to set up some butcheries or butcher shops. The other decision point that I'm up against is we just finished herbalism, and we do have the option to advance to the Bronze Age, go to bronze working. So we would have been forced to leave all of these guys behind had we not had a great scientist. At this point, if we don't have a great scientist, of course, this decision point happens much later in the turns. So I'm really glad that we have the great scientist or the scientist paragon. And having the scientist paragon really means that we have flexibility around picking one more before we advance to the Bronze Age. So the question is, okay, let's see, where do we stand? Yeah, last in prestige here, but everybody is in the ancient era right now, or in ancient history. So I think if I go to bronze working, I know I will be the first civ in the bronze era. That has its advantages. My city cap does go up. I do get the option to build a few more things. I don't have any ceramic shops, so I can't really get the fire hardened bricks. I do get the option to start working on feasts. So feasts are interesting. Feasts need either one of bread supply, fish supply, meat supply, or alcohol supply. I think we will be primed, or we are primed to start a fish supply for crafting feasts. So, but we are still like a little early. We could get to the tech, but it'll be a while before any of these things become relevant. Getting to swordsman actually will be useful if this ends up being a war game, because we do have 2 metal ingots. We can stand up 2 swordsmen pretty easily. Yeah, we will go there, but the question is, do we want to go there right now? Now, among the rest, fermenting leads me towards the wine industry. I could put down a fermenting pit and start like working on an alcohol supply. Wine, however, needs grain or grapes. And on a secondary note, it is preferred that you have some kind of a ceramics industry too. Yeah, this is probably not happening. Same with grain storage. I mean, with bread supply, we don't have any grains in our empire in the immediate surroundings that we see. However, we do have an option for spices and syrup, which could help because I could get into, there are some bakery things I could get here. And the mill is available at grain storage very early in the game. The mill is strong. 2 cities we control are so far removed from being anything grain focused here. So the question is, between basic agriculture and tribal spirituality, what do we get? Basic agriculture is like it'll open up creating the animal feed, which actually it can be crafted at a granary, so it really doesn't help us right now. Plows really help when you have a lot of farms, and we don't. We basically haven't even built our first farm yet. Well, lumber camps could be, or logging camps could be useful. Logging camps, I think, are stronger overall in this in the mod, because of course the timber yield is doubled for the region, but you get 2% extra city production. So if I was to, yeah, this zone right here, this zone could, but it's a 2-zone region though. That sucks. Okay, let's see. Maybe Guazhou. Yeah, Guazhou has some decent options to put down a logging camp. Ideally, I would love to grab that tile. All in good time. Tribal spirituality. I could go here, but I will need to prioritize a grove, a sacred grove that will create a ritual mask. And a ritual mask is interesting because in our Great Hearth, no, in our dwellings, we could plug in the ritual mask that gives us 1 research per turn. So getting 2 of them, we will have 2 dwellings. We'll actually end up with a lot of dwellings as our empire grows. So that does add up. So even if I'm thinking 1 dwelling each gets a ritual mask, I go from 17 to 19. That's a non-significant jump in the research per turn. More research per turn early simply means that your flexibility around which techs you leave behind are, or rather you have more control over which techs you choose to leave behind. So I think in this situation, I am going to pick tribal spirituality. We will go there and we will go to bronze working next. Right, this is something strange going on. What the hell? Yeah, we have India and Mexico on literally adjacent tiles, and yeah, I have no idea. Are they fighting though? That's interesting. Let's see if we can find out. No, they are not fighting. But I would love to take a trade agreement. Let's see. I don't mind. Yeah, let's do this. So I don't know for sure if getting trade agreements with everyone hurts me, because if they are actually pulling away my resources, and if they accept and they start pulling away resources, then that could hurt me. I just need to bump up my production in that case. But it definitely helps keeping them on friendly terms, because one of the things that I'm looking at is, yeah, this scout is going to scout south. I'm going to see how much actual land I could potentially have. My next city is, I'm thinking putting it somewhere in this, close to this Mandrake. Maybe right there, possibly, but that's too close to Guazhou. Or maybe up here. I don't want to go too far out this way. I could, but let's see. We can decide that when the time comes. But if I decide not to settle active cities, I think going and trying to take out our capital is very attractive. The only thing is it's going to take time, because it needs to happen in a window when they do not have walls and we have at least some cavalry. So once we are in the Bronze Age, I think we will prioritize getting wheels very early. May not be the first tech we get in the Bronze Age, but it'll be a very early tech we get, because I want to keep some horses handy for sure. Alright, so this guy can scout. I think I'm going to auto explore you now. I do not see any reason why I should manually move you. But this guy here, I want to manually move you at least until I get a lay of the land. Oh, dude. Belgium? I think it's Belgium. Belgium or Canada. One of them. The city has a claim, and I think, yeah, let's grow to the fish. We'll queue up. Let's just make sure our fish stuff is completely saturated. And we have an expert. Our first expert is going to go into the Great Hearth, because we get 3 influence per turn and our gold bumps up a bit. Could buy these out. Let's try to get this closer and then we'll buy it out. Right. Okay. You are going to, yeah, just fortify for now. Mexico declined. That's fine. And EU also declined. Okay. So that's not good, because since they have declined, I only have 1 trade partner. Which, let's see. Oh, our agreements had expired at some point. I think get that, because basically if I'm getting hunter-gatherer tradition from her, it simply means that I am not spending gold to make my own. And along with that, I think let's get some wool. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, the other thing I missed out, I think I should have done it last turn. I do have a trait I could add. And of this bunch, I think the +5 health in all cities is probably the best option right now. The 50% writer pick chance. So if this would increase the odds of me getting paragons overall, if that is the math, then I would totally pick this. But I think that the 50% writer pick chance, it operates within the confines of what the odds of getting paragons is. So let's say if you have a 45% chance of recruiting a paragon, this doesn't increase that ratio. It increases the ratio that within that 45% chance, if you had like a 2% chance of picking a writer, that will go up by 50%. Maybe later in the game, something like this might be useful, but right now, no. At least that's my assumption here. I really don't know if the math has been reworked. As far as the religion core belief, we don't have a religion yet. Could be useful later in the game, but I think I'm going to pick the health here. And our next influence buy is going to probably go into buying a claim. We are generating 8 influence a turn, which is actually pretty good. And I hope it'll only get better. I think I have enough gold now to buy... No, I don't. Okay, next turn probably. Okay, let's see. Let's meet whoever this is. Belgium. Yep. Alright. Can I offer you a gift? No, I don't. I don't have enough to offer. So Copernicus has an ability where you get 20 established relationship with other nations for 10 turns after unlocking a new technology. And we just unlocked herbalism like maybe a few turns ago. I don't know if that is reflected here. If it is, then we are in a serious problem here, because then this really means that the actual relationship is like far lower than where it is right now. Let's count this way. Belgium in the base game definitely has like diplomatic and friendly traits. In this version, I don't know how friendly they're gonna be. And yeah, we are surrounded on all. I think our war is looking like something that we probably need to explore. And I think I'm gonna buy the dwelling here. That's yeah. She wants 100 wealth for 30 relationship. No, I'm gonna reject that, because I think there is it's gonna be inevitable. We will. I don't think we have a choice. So I think the stone pit can wait. Also, I think I will just need a military up ASAP. We are at 95. 95 is great actually. I think I deployed these guys when they were at 80 or 85. Okay, I'll reform them. And yeah, next turn I'm going to redeploy them, and I hope if he declares war and kind of stations this guy inside here, I'm pretty much screwed then. But that's fine. Okay, a bunch of things happened this turn. At 95, we will deploy the wedge again. And I think... Okay, I do have the force cap. It's going to be a while before I can deploy a next wedge. I think I'm going to deploy this one too. I'm going to deploy the individuals and then reform them and deploy them as wedges and lines when the time comes. But for now, I think I just need military online. Okay, now... Okay, let's do it. And you also have an expert, and... Let's see. 10 siege defense in the city and 2 sight range. So I need to remind myself. I don't know if I don't have walls. So I don't know if this is going to be effective. 2 sight range might be effective, important, but when war starts or when there is conflict erupting, I probably might want to switch my expert here. But for now, the gathering hall is perfectly fine. Ah, damn it. Oh, shit. Is my timing screwed? It might be. Okay, let's see. I can't do trade agreements here. Let's see. Leopold might take a trade agreement. And Harun al-Rashid, yeah, he's not pissed anymore. That's good. Shaka likes that you are at war with their rival. Okay, that is a positive. I think this is, yeah, he doesn't have... So far, I mean, my guys will be like 40 something, so we are good. I do get the retaliation war, Cassius Belli. I have 25 turns to defend. There is a good chance that the city is lost. In which case, I think let's move my scouts down too. Where is my other scout? You forget that. Come down. At the bare minimum, they will die, but they can at least allow my muster to continue. 2 turns to muster, and I have no idea if my guys are gonna muster in time. Okay, maybe I should deploy you. Your security is not bad. Okay, let's deploy you in Warsaw for now. And I have the other archer coming up. Declined. 1 spearman, 2 relationship with Shanghai tribe. Yeah, no. I mean, so if I decline, it doesn't... Okay, this is different. I can just straight decline them and not suffer a penalty. Usually when I decline in the same event, in other circumstances, gives you a slightly different choice. Yeah, we are last. Okay, he did not... I don't know why they aren't moving in. Okay, just so I have no idea how the effect of this is going to be, but I'm going to rearrange my expert here. Okay. Yeah, the +2 sight range is pretty useful. If my guys muster before the invasion happens, I will be fine. Yeah, let's do that. Tribal spirituality is done. We will go to bronze working. Ah, sweet. My guys deployed? Yeah, I'm happy. The guys deployed. So I think we are safe, but this safer, I think. I'm not safe yet. Maybe next turn. So my dwelling is up and I have a shortfall in food. Okay. Okay, she's sending in reinforcements. And I'm good for now, but I probably need more reinforcements too. Okay. Yeah, let's buy that. Okay, so this guy is deployed. So he's deployed, his security is low. I think I'm gonna reform him. No, it's fine. Let's just, let's worry about the optimizations later. Right now, you just need to augment these guys. Because one thing that happens is, and I've seen the AI do a decent job about it, is like, so we have a 72 strength guy sitting in our city, right? And she's sending like these little, she's sacrificed, like basically, this is like a suicide mission for these little guys, or these low strength guys. The problem is you have like a wave of 4 or 5 of these forces come down. This 72 is going to drop down to half. So unless I can't reinforce my guys, they will eventually succumb and die. And like I've seen a situation like, let's say if your strength is 100, the AI will send a 20 strength guy, will whittle it down. Another 20 strength guy sacrifices themselves, whittles it down over time, and then they will send like a 50 strength guy who will overwhelm what's left. So when a war starts, it doesn't mean that the forces you have are sufficient to hold back any kind of an invasion. The safety or the safe thing option is always to keep reinforcing and keep adding to that. Right, now I just want you to play. You cannot pillage. So the scouts, they cannot pillage or do anything. I just want these guys to run interference. Just slow things down. Okay, they moved back. There is a war band that is messing with them. That's good for me. Event, unlock fishing net. I already have unlocked fishing net. Okay, so I should be taking this, but that 35 relationship hit opens him up to declare war on us. So I think I'm going to just take this and take the negative hit, but hopefully he can become a trade partner. Yeah, we'll check next turn. Okay, these guys are dead. I will heal. I think I'm gonna buy this archer. It's too expensive. Maybe wait a few turns. Okay, just stay here. And I think I'm gonna reform you. It's fine. I'm gonna try and buy that archer out soon enough. Okay, let's see if I can bait someone. No, what the hell happened here? Okay, step back. So I gotta be careful. Typically when you have a bunch of units in a group, when you click on them, all of them move. If you want to move single ones, you need to like click on the single ones and move them. Yeah, let's buy that. And let's finish that fishing net too. And I think this fishing net is slightly more important than the other ones. So how much fish do I have right now? I'm generating 3.7 and I have a ton. Okay. So maybe I can get a butcher shop next. Yeah, I think this is fine. Butcher shop first, then the fishing nets, and then the farm. Even if the horses are unimproved, you do end up with a small trickle of horse generation just because it's in your empire. So we do have 3. If I get to the wheel early enough, I can probably build some cavalry. Okay, so he's 23. I'm gonna take this guy and move him onto the watchtower here, just so that he doesn't sneak by. And since I have, you will fortify here, and I will deploy another wedge here. Okay. New event honoring their memory. A well-known general has abandoned his post. Right. I don't want to lose security for sure. I would rather not lose happiness. And the force strength, +1 force strength doesn't really help me. I could increase security but get a force strength debuff. The war is, okay, let's see, how many turns? 15 turns for the war to end. And I think as long as I take a pure defensive posture, I can hold the invading army off. I think I want to pick this. It does bump my security well past 100, which is not bad. Right, you should just stay there. Neutral to disliked. Why does he dislike us? Why? Okay. Okay, he's trying to go for the capital, I'm sure. A bit of a risk. 122. Yeah. Okay. Where is my other scout? Oh, both of them are here. Negative happiness. Sensor. Sensor is a supply. I don't really have a need for it. But I don't want to it's fine. I think, yeah. Okay. We are mastering in 2 turns. Okay, I think just augment the city for now. Yeah, he's reinforcing that. Yeah, let's buy that. Suion. 2 books, yes. We want books. We want books because the books... Oh, they don't get slotted here anymore. Oh, I think they are in the Gathering Hall. Yeah, both my Great Hearth and Gathering Hall will get those 2 books, which gives me 1 research per turn and 1 city knowledge. Every little bit helps. I think maybe I'm kind of not thinking about this correctly. I think I have... yeah, I'm gonna queue up a few spearmen here. Is it too late to ask for a drag and drop reordering thing here? I don't know. It's just one of those things that I've got used to the clicking thing, but it just takes time, and it would be so much easier if stuff was drag and drop. 12 turns. This guy is 26. Wait, where is my... I thought I had a unit in here. It says there are 3, but I only see 2. Okay. Just fortify for now. He is going to try and reinforce that, which could actually kill my guys. But if that happens, I will reinforce with my new muster coming up. But then I will need another muster to protect the city, which, yeah. Things will just go... Right. Wedge 2. Yeah, Wedge 2 needs to engage that. And... yeah, things are not looking all too great right now. The build times in the capital are definitely better. Okay, let's spend that. And hopefully I get a bigger military up soon. Okay. That archer is ready, and I think I'm going to deploy him. Sweet. Okay. Now what? Now, okay. This is gonna be... Wait, what? Where? How do I have metal tools? Okay. I'm not gonna say no, but... yeah. I don't know how I have those metal tools, but it's fine. Let's finish the war and then try to figure it out. I don't have salt. So 2 and 1. So I consume 3 fish per turn and can create 1.3 salted fish. So let's see. If I create a fish supply will use 5 freaking salted fish. 3 and 1. So 9. So as long as I have 9 fish, I cannot start the fish supply. So let's make this as 10. And then we will keep this. Yeah. I think that's fine. So I would love to do this like this. So keep 2 fish supply and infinite salted fish. Right? Because as long as I'm not making fish supply that my cities need, I am generating salted fish indefinitely, which is just what I want. Right? I don't want my salted fish production to stop just because I'm not using them. I would rather have a stockpile built up over time. Because I will have a stockpile of fish built up over time, so that's good. But right now, if I do this is like 1 in 25 turns. It's just not going to be, it's not going to work. So we want to do this where we are making 10. But the moment I have 10, I will flip this and turn this into something to that effect. As long as I have 1 fish supply, I would rather just get some salted fish. Okay, back to the war. Where is he going? While I have my cities at 100 security, I should deploy a lot of these guys. Okay. So what do I have? I have an archer, spearman, and 2 wedges. I think when this next archer comes out, I will reform them. For now, you will fortify. Yeah, we're good. We have beaten back the invaders. I don't think I have enough to try and take out the capital here. If her military force doesn't change, and if I have like a double the amount of strength here, I probably might make a play. A retaliation war is definitely on the cards. But not much else. Sweet. We are at bronze working. Let's buy that. I am going to cancel that and add a couple of swordsmen. Swordsmen are stronger than the spearmen. Just helps to have a few. Let's think about this for a second. You are going to heal up and fortify. In hindsight, I think this watchtower should have been in the city center. I think it would have, just because it opens up one more tile from a defensive standpoint that needs to be protected. Because if they pillage that, then it will slow things down. Okay, so we are Copernicus, and Copernicus gets a benefit from 1% Paragon spawn chance for each science improvement in your capital. 1% doesn't sound much, but considering the amount of science buildings we actually have, it will be good. So we definitely want astronomy and early writing. Question is, do I want to go for them right now? Or is there something else that's more important? I think the wheel is definitely more important. Yeah, let's do that. And yeah, sure. Thank you. We have our second paragon. This is attractive. Military advisor strategist. That's going to be this is on masterpieces. Entrepreneur is, however, interesting. So I don't have any trade agreements right now, right? So he doesn't care. He might. Let's see. Yeah, he just offered me that. But I have to pick the Paragon this turn. So if I could slot him as a foreign advisor for sure. But right now, I could plug him as a chief advisor, and then if I have at least one trade partner, I can move him to a foreign advisor. Or I could take a strategist, plug him as a military advisor, and when the war starts, move him into, or assign him to a force rather. Yeah, I think that sounds just better. Who knew Copernicus was going to be like a military game? That's good. Should I just get the wheel? Normally in this case, like when you get 300 research for something versus 600 research for something, you just want to take the 600 research and move on. In this case, I think, okay, how many have we started researching the wheel? Not really, right? So let's just get it. Yep. And since we have the wheel, I think I'm going to pick astronomy now. How do I switch this? How do I switch decks? Okay, that's fine. It's 0 turns. I mean, I'll have it next turn anyways. Yeah, wheel is done. I hope the overflow worked in my favor. I don't think it did. I think I lost 1 turn of science, maybe. That's fine. Astronomy. Now let's see. We are in the Bronze Age. So is Mexico, Harun al-Rashid, and Unknown. She is still in the Ancient Era, which is actually good for me. That simply means that her getting to walls technology is going to be deferred. So she is vulnerable. And it's 4 turns. Yeah, this war is going to end. And in 4 turns, I will start planning a war of retaliation. But I will start buying and assembling things. Declined. Good God. Declined. Let's see. You are my last hope, Benito. Okay, fortify. Okay, you moved in. I think indirect fire. That's fine. Accepted. Okay, sweet. That is good. That is excellent. Okay, what do you have that I could use? I could actually... Oh. I could take an elephant. And let's get some pots. Okay. And I'm gonna go to my paragons here and... Oh no, I picked the... I didn't pick the entrepreneur. That's fine. I was just, in my mind, I was thinking, oh, now I get like, instead of 2, I will have 5 merchants. But we are in a golden age, and this is great. Because what happens in a golden age for Copernicus? My build production goes up by 50% overall in my city, and my improvements gain 5 production. So yeah, so it's just a universally strong thing. And I completely forgot that I had the chance to do this. 10 culture in cities where your religion is not dominant. I think not important right now. 1 production, 2 improvements in regions with religion improvements. Yeah, could have been useful. But the artist big chance is... Okay, I don't know about this one. Let's just take a claim and we are going to try and grow out our capital more. Ten turns remaining. Yeah, sure, take it. Kaifeng. Where is Kaifeng? Oh, I don't care. You can. All right. Yeah, the war's over. We managed to kill a single spearman. I think this was maybe 2 spearmen. I don't know. I don't know how many it is, but the total strength of what we killed was 51. Okay, the war has ended, and I am at 100 security right now. So I'm going to reform everybody. And we will redeploy them. And where are my scouts? I think my scouts are fine. They can actually start auto-exploring now. Right, and we have a growth. I think Warsaw needs it. And okay, so I need a spot to put down more industry. And that's actually such a weak yielding area. That's a 3 material area here. It's 4 zones. So which industry do I want here in the new area that I'm claiming? The cow definitely helps me get a meat industry or a meat supply going. Copper, however, is just going to help me get my overall production up. Eventually I will need copper to build like metal tools and things. Choices. Okay, let's just pick the copper here. And how soon before? I'm still at least 10 turns away before the next growth event. See, this is the problem when you end up with like a sea coastal focused thing. You can only put down fishing nets on these, and pretty much that's it. Yes, you get a decent food yield from it with the right fishery tradition, but by and large, it's a very you don't have too many options to put down things. Now, for example, right? I mean, I will get to astronomy, and I do want to put down the observatory, and I will put down the scribe school and the other things. I don't have place for them because I'm planning like this. Because it has a workshop, I was planning for some kind of a different diverse industry here. Here, we are putting down 1 butcher shop, but I probably could use another butcher shop here. Maybe a workshop too, and a stable or an animal pasture. Like, yeah, that stuff goes here. My city center, I want to leave 1 slot at least for the palace or the monument later in the game. Which leaves me 2 spots here, and I think I would have leaned on apothecary as one of them. Yeah, I need. The problem with coastal stars is you get less land to work with. While this city, however, you have the land, but all you've been doing is building military non-stop. So yeah, okay. So stone pit here, and I think a ceramic shop here is fine. But before the ceramic shop, maybe get a workshop. I think I will need that. And what else? There are 2 zone regions. But I might just put a lumber camp on one of these. 2 zone regions and the odd 3 zone region are the best for wonders. In the early game, it just helps to min-max that. Our city cap has gone up. So I think I'm going to queue up a settler here. And the settler... Let's finish the swordsman and then we'll get the settler. At some point, now I have the wheel. Oh, god damn it. This is just going to be... Yeah, choices. So, I just realized that since we have the wheel and we have a few horses, we can actually build some horsemen. How many horses do we have right now? 3 of them. We could build 3 of them. And I think I'm going to build it. I think, regardless of whether I build the settler myself or not, I think I'm going to try and make a play for her. The war has ended here. I think I can declare war on her in 18 turns. In 18 turns, I need to have a overwhelming force that can take out, like, what does she have? 26, 27, 57, 18. So like something like 150, right? I need to have a total force that's like 200 plus. I mean actually way more than 200 plus. If I have that ready in 18 turns, I'm definitely taking out Luyang. Yeah. Okay. Our gold is actually fine, so I'm going to try and start buying things now. Maybe when they're closer to finishing. Right, so I have 10 things in my reserves. I think I can deploy lines now. I have 6 archers and 4 of these guys. I think let's deploy 2 lines. So the difference between lines and wedges, right? A line gets a better fortify action on the infantry, which is actually makes it more of a defensive unit here. While the wedge is... Yeah, the line is defensive, the wedge is offensive. The line is going to hold the city. So let's do this. Let's deploy 1 line. And I'm going to leave 1 line in my cities at all times. And let's deploy 1 more. Right? And now I need wedges. A bunch of wedges. So your job... Ah, shit. Archer, 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 archer. Right. Everything else can wait. The reason I'm doing this now is because I have a 100 security city that may not last for... but will be... I think I have a few more turns before that is active, but... I want to make the most of these high security situations. Bribe offer on India. No. I mean, it's... No. Alright, 2 turns for the swordsman. Let's buy that. We met Palmyra, Zenobia, Palmyrene. Let's see. Is she... Leopold is moving up in the... okay. All friendly. Event Bleeding Blades. I give him gold and get a 20% relationship bump, but I lose build production in my capital. Or I give up prosperity and get 4 strength for 5 turns. That doesn't help me. That's fine. Right, Warsaw is growing. And what do we want? I don't think food is a problem anymore. I think resources is, because I need to diversify my supply chain, but I need a spot to put down my sciencey stuff. Rather not do it on a 3 material zone. I want to use that for some industry. That's only a 2 zone region. That's a 4 zone region. That's a 4 zone region. Yeah, either of these could be okay. I think that one gives me the option to grow out to another horse node. And we have a... Right, now what? So I have choices here. I can plug in oral knowledge, which will bump up my research per turn, which is not bad. I could do it. City growth and happiness. The antient clothing, however, helps my city production, happiness, health, and culture. Question is, do I need the research production? I think I do, right? The ambient production will help my production, but it won't help my city grow. The fish supply, however, would be useful. But I want to use my fish supply as a feeder to get more feasts. So I don't want to use it directly in my city. However, yeah, this could be useful. But the absolute research per turn is actually probably better. I think get the horses before the other swordsman. Yeah. Okay, so one of these guys is going to permanently park himself in Warsaw. And he will fortify. Event. Kortrijk. Yeah, it's fine. It's a small ask. Golden Age has ended. I'm back to 85. Damn it. It's fine. At least I got 200 security lines out of it. 75. Why is it so low? Okay, not sure. Yeah, it dropped down by quite a bit. So it is... Oh, because the city is grown. So as the cities grow, you need more to support whatever. So that's what's hurting it now. So what can I do right now that helps security? Yeah, this is the trap, right? There is this non-stop like catch up that you're playing all game. So yeah, I've only been at this for like 40 odd turns, but I think I'm going to take a break here. And I think, yeah, I pretty much said this before, but I think this is going to be a long series, or I'll try to keep the videos reasonably short, but it will be many, many videos before this game is done. Because, yeah, I need to like step back and spend a few hours and think about how I'm going to get out of this. It's not a problem. It could become a problem, but my plan is to capture the Chinese capital. That is my plan. And I really don't know what the right course of action is. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I just need to read up and revise some of the things that I've learned from before. But that's for later. Yeah, in 2 turns we will have astronomy. And we will put down a... Yeah, see, war is such a huge distraction. Without worrying about war, I could have gone on to set up my sim game or set up my empire so well. And this just slows things down. Yeah. But anyways, I think this is a good spot to stop and take a step back and rethink how we want to approach this. Thank you for watching, and tune into the next one.